What's up, guys? Matt Brown here for playpicks.com and thelines.com. I'm going to talk to you about this wild card game between the Tennessee Titans and the New England Patriots. As always, please subscribe to the page, like the vid. Tell us in the comments how you're going to play this thing. Everything we do absolutely free, of course, here on the YouTube channel, but over at the Lines and at PlayPicks as well. Full write-ups over there, so be sure and head over there if you want to take a look at what Jay thinks about these games as well. I think we're on different sides here, actually, so you can check out his points as to why he's leaning towards the other direction in this one. Again, completely free, thelines.com, playpicks.com. Be sure and head over there. If you're going to play at any of the sports books as well, be sure and take advantage of any of these sign-up offers. We have the very best ones on the internet, so be sure and take advantage of the free money that these sports books are going to give you. If you're on your phone, if you're watching, real easy, dkpicks.com, fdpicks.com. That'll take you to DraftKings and FanDuel right off the bat for the very best offers there. All right, let's take a look at how these things are shaping up. We're sitting here early on Saturday morning, and this thing has moved to 4.5. This was at 5 last night before I went to bed. You can see is at 5 over here at FanDuel, but 4.5. Looks like this thing is going to toggle before we get going here on Saturday. So be sure and take a look and see if you make sure you get the best number, whichever number you're looking for. But we're seeing this thing kind of go back and forth here between 5 and 4.5 total at 44.5 at FanDuel over here, 45 over here at DraftKings. So money coming in early here on Saturday morning. Weather, low 40s, light rain, no real wind, nothing to worry about at all. Titans 9-7 overall, 8-7-1 against the spread. Patriots 12-4 overall, 8-7-1 also against the spread. Injury side of things, Adam Humphries is out for the Titans, but they do get Adoree Jackson back in the secondary for them, which could be very helpful. On the Patriot side, everyone's going to play. That doesn't mean they're necessarily healthy. Of course, Julian Edelman been dealing with, all kinds of injuries for a while now, but again, he's going to play. Everyone's suiting up here. So, nobody listed as no one of any real impact is listed as questionable for this one, or looking like they're not going to play. Titans offense. Let's take a look at this thing, averaging 25.1 points per game, 362.8 yards per game. That is 224 passing and 139 rushing. Of course, 139 rushing, the whole Derrick Henry thing, loves to give him the rock. 6.1 yards per play. That's actually fourth best in the entire NFL. Tennessee Titans, fourth best in the entire NFL, yards per play. Who'd have thunk it? Passing the ball 53.1% of the time, so they run at the fourth highest rate in the league. No surprise there, of course. Number 6th overall rated offense according to DVOA. Tennessee Titans, number 6th overall offense. On the passing side of things, 6th ranked pass offense DVOA, 4th graded pass offense by Pro Football Focus, and the number 12 graded pass blocking unit by Pro Football Focus. So, it is absolutely crazy how good this offense has been since they've switched to Ryan Tannehill. On the rush side of things, this is going to come as no surprise. Number 5 ranked rush offense DVOA, 5 graded by Pro Football Focus as well, 8th graded run blocking unit by Pro Football Focus. They are converting 37.8% of their third downs. That's 18th best in the league. So they're about league average when it comes to converting third downs. This is the real stat that stood out to me. They are converting at a rate of 75.5% their red zone appearances into touchdowns. They get in the red zone and they score touchdowns. That is the best mark in the entire NFL. 75.5% red zone touchdown percentage for this Tennessee Titans team. Scroll a little bit further if you want to keep reading. I told you guys I wasn't going to wear this LSU hat anymore unless on the videos, unless they made the championship game. So, man of my word, I'm sticking true to it. LSU. Last time it'll be on the stream, but paying homage to my guys down in Baton Rouge. Patriots offense, 26.2 points per game, 354 yards per game. That comes by way of 247 passing and 106 rushing. Only 5.2 yards per play on the season, one of the lower ones in the league. Passing the ball 59.1% of the time. That is actually just below league average. 11th ranked offense by DVOA. So DVOA doesn't hate this offense, actually. Number 14th ranked pass offense DVOA, 10th ranked pass offense by Pro Football Focus, 14th graded pass blocking unit by Pro Football Focus. So they've actually been keeping Tom Brady pretty clean back there. Rush offense, 16th rated rush offense DVOA, 18th by Pro Football Focus. 12 rated run blocking unit by Pro Football Focus. So again, kind of league average everything in upper third there when it comes to the run blocking unit, converting 38.3% of third downs. That's about 17th in the league. So again, about league average when it comes to that. Red zone touchdown percentage is at 50%. That is 26th in the league for a New England Patriots team here. We knew this offense was struggling. You can tell it, you can just watch it. But I did not realize until I really dug into this how little they're actually putting it in the end zone when they get in the red zone. Only 50% of the time when they get in the red zone are they actually scoring a touchdown, way down at 26th in the league. Only a handful of teams worse than the Patriots at scoring touchdowns when they get in the red zone. Scroll a little bit more for you here. The pace of this game, New England, quickest situation neutral pace in the entire NFL. And then you have the Titans that sit at 19th, so a little bit below league average. So you are looking here at a game that could, depending on the game flow, maybe a couple of extra plays here if the Patriots do continue with the way that they've played all year long, playing a little bit faster. Let's talk about the defense here. Titans defense allowing 20.7 points per game, 359 yards per game. That comes by way of 255 passing and 104 rushing. So they give up 255 per game through the air. Secondary's been a real problem for this Titans team. Number 16th ranked defense overall DVOA, 21 pass defense DVOA, 10th ranked rush defense DVOA. According to Pro Football Focus, they are the 11th rated defense overall. Their pass rush, not really there. Number 25 graded pass rush, and their coverage grade at 20. Not a good combination. You want to have one or the other, ideally both, but certainly one or the other. Either have a pass rush to make the guy not have all day to throw, or at least have a good coverage unit that's back there because you can't get to the quarterback. Not the situation here for the Titans at all. As a whole, giving up 5.4 yards per play, and opponents are converting 36.2% of third downs. On the other side, the Patriots defense, you know how good this Patriots defense has been all year long. Allowing only 14.1 points per game, 275 yards per game, only 180 passing and 95 rushing. Number one rated defense DVOA, number one rated pass defense DVOA, number 6th rated run defense DVOA. Pro Football Focus and number 3 overall defense, 13th rated pass rush, and number 1 in coverage grade. As a whole, they only gave up 4.7 yards per play on the entire season and allowed opponents to convert just 24.1% of third downs, by far the best in the league. By far the best in the league. 1 in every 4 third downs were getting converted against this defense. So again, this is completely free over here at PlayPicks. So head over here and again at the lines as well, completely free. And you can see how the odds stack up across the industry here and across the various states. You can take a look at West Virginia, Indiana, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, however you want to go about it over there. All right, so here we are. Let's make a case for the under. I think an obvious case for the under is, hey, look, it is the Tennessee Titans on the road in Foxborough against the best defense in the league. And you've got a massive coaching advantage with Bill Belichick. You have Ryan Tannehill making his first playoff start. And then on the other side of this, if you want to, make another case for the under, it could just be the fact that this Patriots offense hasn't been very good. We just talked about it, how they've struggled scoring touchdowns when they get in the red zone. So even if they get down there, they're settling for field goals. You love if you're an under better whenever they get inside the 20 and they're not scoring touchdowns and kicking field goals. So lots of things could point here to the under. Another thing, of course, this Tennessee Titans team, one of the more run-heavy teams in all the NFL. When you run the ball, the clock keeps ticking. If you want to play the over, and again, if we were going to play the over, we would flip over here to FanDuel where we get that extra, the half point here at 44.5. So the case for the over here could be, hey man, what if this Titans offense is actually good? We saw this massive improvement when they switched to Tannehill. We understand how good this Patriots defense is, but it's not like we haven't seen them get scored on. They have been scored on. We saw them get scored on against the Miami Dolphins. We've seen them, we've seen teams move the ball against this team. Also, the strength of this Titans team, of course, is the run with Derrick Henry. And if there was a weakness, there isn't really a weakness to this Patriots defense, but if there was, it would be the run defense. The coverage in secondary has been absolutely fantastic so far this year. Another case for the over could be, hey, look, it's Tom Brady at home. It's Bill Belichick at home. They've schemed up how to go against this defense. They understand what's going on. This is like old hat for them, nothing new. So this is, hey, Patriots in the playoffs football here is what we could be looking at. So the other thing that we could look at is, as far as an over goes, we're talking about the number one defense in all the NFL. Ryan Tannehill also takes a lot of sacks, and maybe we see, a strip sack. We see a defensive score of some sort of pick six, whatever it might be in this type of situation, because again, road start, first ever, best defense in the league, best coach in the NFL, best coach in NFL history. We could see some sort of special team score as well. Let's talk about some props real quick. Only a couple that really stood out to me, but stood out to me nonetheless. First and foremost is Tannehill's pass yards here sitting at 230.5 at DraftKings. And then when we come over here to FanDuel, sitting at 230.5 as well. I have a slight lean to the under. I would certainly like to see if you could find another one of the books out there that has a little bit higher here. But again, you're talking about a team on the road that wants to run first anyway, the number one coverage unit in all of the NFL, the number one defense in all the NFL, a team that only allowed opponents to average 180 passing yards per game throughout the course of the season. And whenever you look at the receiving options for Tannehill, yeah, A.J. Brown has been fantastic. But outside of that, Adam Humphries not playing here. Corey Davis certainly hasn't lived up to the hype whatsoever. So having to go to secondary options is not something I'm really jumping up and down about. So certainly something that I'm looking to kind of lean towards the under here with Ryan Tannehill and his passing yards. On the other hand, Tom Brady sitting at 259.5. We'll take a look at Tom Brady in 259, right? So here's his game log over the course of the year. Got there. Didn't get there. Of course, this is against that Buffalo team, an amazing secondary for the Buffalo for Buffalo. So not really worried about that. Got there. Then you look at this as a 33-0 win over the Jets. So as far as having to pass the ball, he nearly got there anyway at 249, but having to pass the ball, it didn't down the stretch was non-existent, right? They won 33-0. Got there. Didn't get there against this Philadelphia team. Again, this one was kind of a knockdown drag out here. Got there again here. You look at these couple of games here. Kansas City secondary. This is when they lost. So real bad game for Brady. That one didn't get there. Now this is 34-13 win against Cincinnati. So that was unneeded. And again, when needed, got there again right here. And then of course the bad game gets over. So more times than not, Brady is getting to this number here at 259. Actually only 257 over here at FanDuel. I saw some 254s out there at some of the other books. So I would certainly try to find the lower number here, but I do lean towards the over against this secondary that's been torched all season long. I think Brady will find some success through the air. Let's talk about how we're going to play this thing. Full disclosure here. As soon as this thing dipped to 4.5, I jumped on the Patriots. Listen, from week 7 on, I understand how good this Tennessee team has been. Scoring a touchdown on 35.8% of all their possessions. I mean, only the Ravens were better than that. They ranked first in the NFL in yards per play, in yards per pass play, yards per rushing play. I mean, all the things. Tannehill did take 27 sacks over that time. We talked about that this is an above average pass rush and a really good coverage grade. So what happens if your guys aren't open, you hold on the ball a little bit longer. And what happens? You end up taking sacks. Put yourself in bad field position, put yourself in chances for strip sacks, all the different things like that. New England's defense actually played cover one at a very high rate this year. Second most attempts in cover one in the entire NFL. Tannehill splits versus cover one versus all other defenses are pretty drastic. 58% completion percentage against cover one, 78% completion percentage against all other defenses. So he's going to see a defense that he doesn't like to throw against as well. This defense allowed just 19.5% of the drives against them to be scored on, and only 10.5% of them to end in touchdowns. The defense was historically good. Yeah, they played a couple bad teams that are in a bad division, but still, you cannot take away from how good this defense was. Patriots at home allowed a touchdown on just 8.5% of possessions against them. Now, the question is will the Patriots be able to do enough on offense against this Titans defense? My feeling here is yes. I mean, you look at what's going on here with this Patriots offense. I understand it was, 5.2 yards per play, fewest since 2006 for this team. They were 21st in yards per drive, 20th in scoring rate, and 23rd in touchdown rate over the final 9 games of the season. Brady and them were not all that great here. But the Titans' pressure rate is only 30%, third lowest in the league. What we've seen here is Tom Brady is whenever he's having to face any sort of pass rush, any sort of pressure whatsoever is when he's been really struggling. Doesn't have the super strong arm anymore, doesn't have a bevy of receivers to throw to. And so that really was affecting him. And certainly Gronk not being out there was a big thing so far this year. But Titans are not going to be able to get pressure on him. He's going to have time to throw. He's going to have time to find Edelman or White out of the backfield, or even one of these secondary receivers in Mohamed Sanu or N'Keal Harry, whatever it might be. I think this is where we are getting a number here. If the Patriots hadn't looked so bad last week against the Dolphins, this thing would easily be a 6. I had this as a 6 whenever I was capping this game. So to get it 4.5 is something I am very happy to get all over here. So Patriots is the side for me. If you wanted to play this, I heard some people say, well, what do you think about Titans up to 10.5 if you wanted to play them as a teaser leg, right? I mean, there's some great teaser opportunities on the Sunday games, so maybe you roll it over and tie it into one of those. Getting them up over double digits I don't think is the craziest scenario in the world. However, if I'm talking about most likely scenarios here, do I think the most likely scenario is the Patriots to win by more than 5 points? Or for the Titans to, or for the Patriots to blow them out, right? I mean, that's the thing. Do the Titans keep it close? What's more likely? The Titans keep it close or the Patriots to blow them out? And I think that there's probably a more likely scenario that the Patriots blow them out. So I'd rather just take them at the 4.5 than have to be sweating having the Titans at 10.5 here. The total seems about right to me, so I don't really have a play on this one. If you were asking me, I would lean towards the over in this one, just a slight lean. I do believe that you're not going to just completely shut down this Titans offense. The way that they've been playing, I think they've been very efficient, and I think that there will be some scoring here, but I also think that the Patriots are going to put some points on the board against this really bad secondary. But no play on the total. Again, I think it's about right as it sits right now. Over here at both of the places. I mean, if it was under that key number of 44, maybe you could get a play on me some way or the other. But again, just think it's about right here. So it's going to be on the Patriots for me. A couple of those prop plays, and that's how I'm going to be going after this game tonight, guys. Again, if you want to read how these things break down, of course, everything's free over the lines and at Play Picks, and be sure and sign up for one of the offers over there as well.